Understanding Port Louis begins in the morning. The streets get busy with the traffic and people get ready for work. While walking the streets of Port Louis in the mornings, one can experience that progressively growing flow of people, urging to their daily routines. Understanding Port Louis is all about the work of each individual daily routines. All of these different people play specific roles in the composition of the character of the city and its identity as a place. Here we have a short clip of the central market showcasing the beautiful fruits and vegetable stalls that are meticulously organized every day by these vendors. And it is as important to understand the originality and simplicity, as well as the folklore. People of Mauritius are from all around the world. Walking the streets of Port Louis, one can experience the vast variety of races and ethnicity. The people of Port Louis use food as an element of celebration. As a matter of fact, while walking the streets of Port Louis, one can observe the importance that food has in the identity of the place. The street food outlets and vendors create that celebrative aspect around the action of eating and sharing sensory experiences. It is a folkloric attraction, an entertainment, a moment of joy, and a break from the daily routines. And what is creating the true identity of the streets of Port Louis is the extreme variety of food from around the whole world. It is widely understood that these old monuments and buildings are the living heritage of what was once a European colonial territory. Port Louis has been the place of numerous colonial conflicts over the centuries. And these vestiges of the past are what makes nowadays the identity of Port Louis. Walking away from the center of the city to the waterfront, we reach a fairly new development called the Codan Waterfront, a set of mixed-use buildings that tried to keep the colonial heritage into the architecture style. Even though trying hard to survive from the past, these old colonial buildings tend to turn to ruins over the years. Nowadays, with the forever growing people and need for new development and technology, the true identity of Port Louis is slowly getting lost under the layers of the new and more modernistic architecture. Mauritius and Port Louis have rapidly developed over the past decades to become one of the African's most powerful countries for the economic power and growth. The understanding of the character of Port Louis as a city of sensory experiences is, however, still possible by walking the streets and interacting with the people, their daily routines, the understanding of its colonial heritage through its architecture, and of course, by enjoying amazing food and flavors from around the world. And it is the combinations of all these elements that have been creating the real identity of the place of Port Louis.